All right, all right, all right. We have some late night everything NYJ. Liam, Hollywood, I mean Italy Jet. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been a very long day. Tomorrow's going to slow down a little bit, which is really nice. We got the Jets game on Sunday. I have a friend coming over. We're going to watch it. I'm excited about this game. I'm excited about everything that's happening. The only thing I'm worried about is the injury report. Everyone's questionable right now, and I hope everyone's probable in playing. That's all I care about.
Absolutely.
That's all I care
We'll
about.
get to
That's
that.
all I
We'll get
care
to that
about.
in a minute. We're
Right.
just gonna go over our little spiel for the first minute or so. You guys
Right.
know the drill. Follow us on all social media platforms at Everything NYJ, right there on your screen. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Gino's on Snapchat. Um, if you like this
There you
video,
go.
give it a thumbs up. I didn't know about the Snapchat. That's that's how. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's just
crazy.
my personal one. It's just my personal one.
Okay. All right. Yeah, follow
Yeah.
him there then. Check him out. Or
Yeah.
add him, whatever
Yeah,
Snapchat is.
whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Add him,
Mr.
follow him,
Simon,
block
go
him.
Jets 2 days in a row. I agree. Let's get it going, man. Let's get
Yes,
it
man.
going.
If
Let's
you
get
guys
it
like
going.
this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It really helps us. Not only does it help us bring wonderful guests on, it helps
Right,
bring you guys more of our content because we're doing videos almost every day. We have a ton of stuff going on. We always have new ideas coming for the channel. It's all coming up. But that's later on. Let's talk about right now. Bengals at the Jets preview video. Let's get it.
let's
Gino,
get
what are
it.
you thinking,
Okay,
man?
man. We gotta beat these guys. We just gotta beat them. We just gotta go on there and just beat them. We got
Why
we
can't
got
we?
re- we got revenge games. We got revenge games. For Mr. CJ and for Mr. Lawson. I mean, I think we all know what's going on with that, right? We all know they want it really bad.
Yes.
It's one of those things where we need to capitalize on this game. This is a turning point. I mean, this guy went from the New York Jets now, but before he was this. Then you got CJ Uzama played in the Super Bowl, and now he's with us. This is big
Yep.
games. They both turned down contracts with them to play with us. This is the time for us to pounce. This is going to change. We can totally beat them. Shoot, we can even beat the fucking Steelers. We're not talking about right now. We're talking about the Bengals.
Let's go.
We can beat these guys. It's
Yes,
gonna
we
be
can.
hard. 30-27. That's what I think. 30-27. Now,
We're
it's
close. We're close. I have us at 28-21.
28-21. Okay.
And the
But
reason I
here,
say that is I'm sorry. The reason I say that is because they lost 20-17 against Pittsburgh and then 23 to
right,
20 against Dallas. Or the other way around. I
right,
don't remember which one. But yeah, they're only scoring roughly about it's a sample size. It's a very small sample
right.
size, but it's still a sample size. But yeah, let's go over the injuries real quick. So we have Zach Wilson is obviously out. Um Corey Davis, I didn't even know he hurt his knee until earlier. Is that a new injury?
It's kind of been happening since Monday.
Hmm. All right. Then we have George Fant, who's questionable. JFM. Uzama with a hamstring. He should play. I can't see him not playing. Jordan
I can't.
Whitehead and
Yeah,
then Quinnen. But the big one for the Cincinnati Bengals is T. Higgins. Do you think he's gonna play or?
I think it's T. Higgins and Collins. That's their starting right tackle, and I think if he goes down, it's going to be a big, big, big one for them. And then Pratt on linebacker, that's a big one for them too. But if T. Higgins is out, holy crap! It opens the door. It opens a lot
It
of doors.
does.
Plus, the offensive line is not doing that great anyway. And then you got CJ Uzama. I think these all guys are going to be probable. I will be very worried about Fant. He's the only guy I'm worried about on that screen. Only guy I'm worried about.
Yes.
If he's not healthy, who the hell are you gonna put him in the back? Who are you gonna put him? You're gonna put Herman's? You're gonna put Panky up from the practice squad? That's great. I
Yeah,
would
bring
like
him in,
that.
Pinky baby.
But but I don't know. I think these guys are all gonna be probable, but Fant's the only one I'm worried about.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about Fant as well. I can't lie. But hey man, why not us? We
Right.
beat them last year and we had a worse team. We weren't
Agree.
as good last year as we are this year.
Agree.
Are we gonna have another Garrett Wilson unleash game? I want to see Elijah Moore get some hits too. I want to see Elijah Moore getting there.
I agree.
You know?
And if we can, this is his bounce back game for me. I think this is
Yes.
Elijah Moore's bounce back game for me, especially if Davis is going to be out, which really don't happening. But he should be getting a lot more targets. One of these guys are going to be open. It's either going to be Barrios, Wilson, Moore, or Davis. Some of those guys are going to be more open no matter what. Just like with Flacco with the game with one of the game winning touchdowns. If we can keep everybody spread out, and okay, if you do want to focus on Wilson, go for it. But I think I'm going to bring up another good point.
Okay.
OTAs and training camp. Zach Wilson, one of and we were talking about this on the show that I was previously, and I was going to touch base
Hollywood.
on it, but he said it before me, and he brought up a good point. Flacco has good chemistry with Conklin, Garrett Wilson, and Barrows because that's what he did all throughout OTAs and all
Yep.
throughout training camp. Wilson practiced with Moore, CJ Uzama, Jeff Smith, Jackson, and guys down the line. That chemistry is already there. Even Davis, Corey Davis as well. That chemistry has already been building. So I'm not shocked when Flacco targeted those three guys the most. Yeah, was there some
So he's
drops? Yeah,
comfortable.
there was some. Yeah, it's comfortable, and there was some drops. But the thing is, if he can channel that again on Sunday and keep him protected, because Henderson's Henderson, I think it's Henderson. Henderson's going to come out and he's going to be good. And then their front four, it's just one guy I'm only worried about. I really do think we can make a difference in this game. It's going to come to the end like usual. And then we have to count on my guy, Greg the Leg. Yeah. So,
You love him.
fake punts, onside kicks. I want to see more of it. I'm ready. I'm
All right.
ready.
So let's plug you real quick. What show are you on tonight? Everybody
Um,
go check that out as well.
I was on Nick Shine's show. Nick Shine. I was with Tigo as well. Great
Okay.
guys. Thank you for having me as well.
Nice, nice,
And
nice.
it was really good. I was really excited about being on the show as well. He's he's one of those. They've been doing this for a long time. He does shows with Jets Chaos and Tigo. He does his own show as well.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
but yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, man. So their offensive line does seem to be a weakness. Oh, what's
But
going on? DKBX Jets. What's going on? Just dropping by to say hi. What's good? What's good, man? We're doing all
what's
right.
good?
Just going over, just believing in another Jets win. We don't think it's impossible. We think it's very possible, actually.
There you go. There
Um,
you go.
like I was saying, their offensive line is a weakness. Our offensive line is a strength. Well, it's not
Right.
necessarily a strength, but it's not necessarily a weakness either. It's average. You know, Elijah Vera Tucker has been doing his thing. Connor McGovern had a couple penalties, but if he cleans that up, they were stupid penalties too. He was down the field, down 5 yards or whatever. But Max Mitchell, he's been a pleasant surprise. Wasn't really expecting to see him pop out the way he did.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow has been sacked 13 times, Gino, in 2 games.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
a
it's time that
problem.
our defensive line wakes up. I think it's time that Carl Lawson gets some sacks. Let's make it a revenge game. Like you said, yeah, get those damn sacks.
3 sacks in 2 games for the Jets. With the front four that we have, this we can mull over these guys on that front four. But we gotta stick
Yeah.
with the hot hand. Gotta stick with the hot hand. And
Yeah.
especially what you were saying about Mitchell. If Dwayne Brown comes back, keep Mitchell in there if we're doing good by week 4 and week 5.
Yes.
Ro-
Yep.
keep rolling with them. If Fant gets injured, okay, put Dwayne Brown back in. Even get Pinky in there. Or if you want to get Herman's, I guess, whatever. Here's the thing, though. Stick with the hot hand until something blows up. That's what we got to do. Albert did pretty good last game, but we need to stick with guys that are hot because Burrow, like you said, has been sacked so many times. It's Oh, praying, just praying.
I think DKB brings up a good point. Tight ends are injured. Starting O line has been bad. Collins may not play. Good for us. Yeah, I mean this is a
Exactly.
very winnable game. We just gotta hope that this isn't. I don't want to say it. Excuse me. Lord forgive me. Same old Jets. In
Yeah.
weeks past, we have seen. In years past, we have seen them go out there. They have a really nice win, or really come back from behind win, whatever it is, and then they go out the next game and
Right.
they lay an egg. We cannot do
Right.
that.
Right.
Why Quentin Williams is playing for a contract this year? Why can't Quentin Williams get 2 sacks? I'd be happy with that.
That
Let's
is
see
too.
Michael Clemens freaking kill Joe Burrow out there, man. It's
Exactly.
possible.
It's possible.
Michael Clemens is actually playing special teams now. Do you know the reasoning behind that? Do you hear what Brant Boyer had to say? He goes, "I wouldn't want to tackle him." I said, "Hell yeah, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
I
I
wouldn't
love
want to
him.
tackle
No, I wouldn't want to be going against him. He'd kill me.
him. Yeah, he would. He would kill you. He
Yeah,
would kill both of us.
he'd
He would
kill
kill both
most
of us.
men.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he would kill both of us.
with one hand. That guy's like a freaking bear. I love him. I loved him from the second he came out of the draft. You already know that I've been a Michael Clemens fan since day one. I want nothing but success from this guy. He's my boy right there. But their tight ends are injured, which the only way that they can beat us, I think, is with some screen passes.
Yeah.
For some reason, we don't know how to stop a screen pass. I'm not an X's and O guy. I don't know how to stop a screen pass. So I'm not going to sit here and tell them what to do. But I
Right.
don't get paid to coach players up. So, but yeah, we can't stop a screen pass. The running back, is that a concern for you? Is Joe Mixon a concern for you at all, or what are you thinking?
We were good at stopping the run with the Ravens. We did not do good stopping the run against Chubb and Hunt. We got to stop him. His backup guy is not really that great. Mixon, if we can shut him down early and throughout the game, because Reed has been channeling his inner 49ers when he was great with the 49ers, great year with Seahawks, and even Gardner. If Gardner can shut them down like Kwan Alexander can, Quincy and Mosley, Mick, because Burrow's going to throw a lot. He's going
Yes.
to throw a lot to Chase, and if Higgins is there, then you just throw it to him. But the thing is, they still got Boyd. Boyd has been doing pretty good. So
Yeah.
they still got the big three that we still got to watch out for. But Mixon, if you could shut down Mixon, I think we have a chance because he's just going to keep throwing it. But if we keep mulling over him, then it won't even be an idea.
I agree with that. See, the thing is, Hunt and Chubb, they're arguably the best 1-2 punch in the NFL. So let's just hope that that was just a bad showing for us. Let's hope that the defensive line they couldn't get those guys. But Joe Mixon, I think if we could take him out and then have Sauce going against an injured Higgins, I can't see a situation where Higgins doesn't play unless it's like a severe injury. I think they would. I think he's playing no matter what. You put Sauce on him. I kind of want to see Sauce on Chase too, but I understand that Jamar Chase is obviously one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Maybe Reed, he's just more experienced. He could shut him down more. But yeah, I think it's very even. Well, yeah, even matchups, right? I would say that's an even matchup. Higgins
Yeah.
and Gardner. If we could stop Joe Mixon, I don't see why we can't win. But they might be depending on him, because if T. Higgins is injured a little, they might want to, mask that injury. It might be more severe than they're saying, but they might throw him out there anyway, and we'll give you some limited reps, so we won't really look your direction that much. So it might be a quiet day from him. But I think the biggest way to stop the Cincinnati Bengals, because the Cincinnati Bengals are still a good team. Let's not pretend that they're a slouch team. They went to the freaking Super Bowl last year. Obviously, they're 0-2. Their offensive line is very new, like we were a couple years ago. They're still trying to gel together, get acclimated. They spent a lot of money on their offensive line, and it's not really seemed to be working. So
Right.
if we could get 4, 5 sacks, I think 5 sacks is reasonable. I don't see why we can't
I would
get
say
5 sacks.
six. I think we'd get
Yeah,
six at least.
okay. I think we had 7 last year against Ryan Tannehill.
Right.
Um, So let's go over this a little bit. So I'm thinking two from Quentin Williams. That would be nice.
Yeah,
Maybe two from JFM. Well, JFM has that little quad injury, so I don't know if that's going to impact him too much. But maybe two from JFM,
right.
and I don't know. Maybe Quan gets at him, or Mosley, or it doesn't matter
Even
who gets
Quincy,
what as
even
long as
Quincy, yeah.
it could be Quincy. I don't think he's really a big sack guy, but you never
Yeah, but
know.
you got Jacob Martin, you still got JJ too, you got JFM, Quinton Williams,
I'd
Lawson.
like to see JJ2 break out. That'd be a nice rookie showing for him.
I
So let's
agree.
get back to offense for a second. So on offense, what are you thinking? What do you think the game plan is? Is it gonna just be feed Garrett Wilson again? Are we gonna have Garrett Wilson off Pepsi Rookie of the Week again?
I think in the red zone you're going to go after CJ, and I think he's going to feed to Garrett Wilson a lot. He's going to feed to Moore a lot because Moore's time is coming. I really do. I really think this is going to be one of Moore's big time games. Um, Running backs, Hall's going to be solid as usual, and Carr's going to be a workhorse. I think if we're in trouble at the end, like third and fourth quarter, he's going to stick to Garrett Wilson the whole time or run into Hall, just like he did with the Browns. But I think in the first two quarters, he's going to spread it around, get a feel, feelers, and just see what happens going through the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we really need to have a clean game from Flacco, another clean game. No interceptions. I don't really care about the yards, but it's going to be a lot of yards if the Jets get a win. I'm predicting probably 300 yards if I had to say on Joe Flacco's part. But yeah, just do what you did last week. I think the game really slowed down for them at the end. Um, but let's not get anything mistaken. The Browns thought they had the game in the bag already. They had kind of let it up a little bit. But yeah, man, I think we're both expecting a big game from Garrett Wilson, obviously. Elijah Moore, really hoping that we get him involved more often. Conklin, I really don't want to see Conklin out there. I have no desire to see Tyler
Really,
Conklin at this point.
really.
Yeah, I'd rather lose young. I'd rather struggle at tight end with Cager and Ruckert than having Conklin drop balls and fumble balls. You agree with that, or?
Um, I think we should still see at least him a little bit. I still
Yeah,
like
I'm sure we're gonna
Conklin.
see him a little bit,
I
but
still
he
like
has a lot to
Conklin,
prove.
but I think I think this is still CJ's time to shine. So I totally get that. I can see why you say that, but I think it's CJ's time to shine, and
I
I
hope
think
so.
I think he's going to have a big game. His leadership out there on the field is too contagious, in,
I
in
agree.
in my personal opinion.
The young players do seem to gravitate towards him. Corey Davis, let's hope that we have another big game from him. What are you thinking on special teams? Do you think we're gonna have any fake punts?
I think we're gonna blow it up like we did last year with the Bengals with all the trick plays that we did. LaFleur and Boyer did very well in those games when it came to those type of sequences and going into the third and fourth quarter. It's one of those things where it's going to be just like last year. It's going to come down to the wire. It's going to come down the wire like it was last game. I think overall we need to spread it out, make more adjustments when it comes to trick plays because that's what worked for us. It definitely needs to happen on special teams. Definitely needs to happen on the offense. So to answer your question, yes, I am expecting a lot of that.
Yeah, I think special teams definitely needs to have another big game because Robert Saleh says it all the time. There's a lot of hidden yards in special teams. Braxton Berrios, let's not forget, he's a Pro Bowling punt returner. If he could get us
Right.
to the 30, 35 every time, I think we're in really good shape. I don't see a see. I feel really uncomfortable saying I don't see a situation in which the Jets lose this game. But my
Okay.
my attitude is why not? I want maybe Braxton Berrios could run it back for a touchdown. Wouldn't that be great?
It'll be phenomenal.
Absolutely, man. And it's just I think that even obviously maybe not with Jamar Chase, but rumor has it, well, it's not really a rumor, it's more of a fact at this point. Garrett Wilson at his stage of the career, at his stage of his career,
Mm-hmm.
so far is better than what Jamar Chase was at his stage of his career. Now that
Mm.
could change. That could change, but
Mm.
that's a little unknown fact. It's a fact so far that his numbers are a lot better than Jamar Chase's. Granted, we've had 2 games, but through Jamar Chase's first 2 games compared to Garrett Wilson's first 2 games, Garrett Wilson has been the better receiver. Now I don't know if that's saying a whole lot. That only time can tell. But I
Yeah,
think that if we have another strong showing from Garrett Wilson, I think that's really going to establish Wilson saying, "Hey, listen, I'm that guy. That wasn't just a fluke game. That was a breakout game, and I am here to stay, and I'm here to save you guys. I am here to be that wide receiver one that you guys have been lacking for the past 10 years. Really, since what, Brandon Marshall in 2015?
I
That's
agree.
really been it. Yeah.
I mean,
So he's young too, dude. We have him for the next 4 years.
yeah,
Maybe we could use that whole Jet for life on somebody that's actually going to be a good player and be a Jet for life. How nice would that
yeah.
be if we have him for the next 10 years? But whatever, man. I don't want to get too far ahead. I don't want to get too off topic here. I want to stick to. I want to keep the main thing, as Robert Saleh says.
Oh yeah, receipts.
Receipts. If you look through my notes book, there is a ton of receipts in here, and they're all
I
right. If
bet.
he
I
goes through
bet
my
there is.
Twitter, if he goes through my Twitter, there's a ton of receipts. Now, let's clear Twitter up real quick. All right.
All
When
right.
I am
I'm
watching the
about.
game and I see a mistake and I call Joe Flacco an asshole or I say fuck you Flacco or something like that. You ever see that meme where it's like the rainy day and it's the Jets it's like an old man but it has like the Jets logo on it. He's holding the umbrella under somebody's head and he says just because I'm mad doesn't mean I it doesn't just because I'm mad it doesn't mean that I don't love you or something like that. That's my feeling
Yeah.
towards the Jets.
Yeah.
Just that meme summarizes who I am. Just because I'm mad at them, just because they have a bad play and I yell at them on social media, doesn't mean I don't love them. Doesn't mean that I'm rooting for a loss. I'm a very emotional guy, Gino. I'm a Pisces. It's
Oh
what I do.
jeez.
I get angry.
You really
I
go by those signs.
no,
Really?
not at all.
You're one of
I
those
do
guys.
not. I do not at all. But I do
Yeah.
know for well, what they say is a fact that Pisces tend to be emotional people. I don't care about any of that. But I am emotional. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am an emotional person, especially during football. Like Gary Vee says, football
I'm gonna
brings out the
interrupt
worst
you.
in you.
I'm gonna interrupt you. You're going too long. I'm gonna interrupt you. So here's what I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
Him, him. What do you think with this
What
film
about him?
on social media overall? What do you think? Have you
What do
been
I think about Zach
watching?
Wilson?
Yeah, Zach Wilson in practice. He looks like a totally different guy. He looks
Yeah.
good in my opinion. Going through all the practice. I hope he's ready for the Steelers. I think he can. I hope he comes back strong because he looks different in my opinion. Just watching it over and over again. And you know what else looks different? Moore has had a good solid practice this week, and he looks good. I I like I said, Sunday. I hope he balls out. Have Wilson come back next week. I'm ready.
Well, yeah,
But
we'll touch on that next week. But yeah, I'm excited for Zach. I think he brings in
most
a
of all,
whole
we want him to go. We want him to ball out. And also
yes,
Conklin. If Conklin can
and
ball out too,
the
that'd
guy
be great
behind
too.
him, Conklin. Yes. Uh, I think Zach Wilson will add another dynamic to this team that we haven't seen so far this season. I
Yeah,
think his mobility is going to help us.
right.
I feel like I've already touched on Conklin a little bit. I don't really care to see him out there. I'm sure he's going to be out there. I want him to give me a reason to care. Give me catch some balls, make some plays. Do the things like Robert Sala always says, do the things the right way like you've been doing since you were a kid. Catch the ball, hold on to the ball, fight for
Yeah,
extra yards. Give me
right.
a reason to care. But if it's me personally, my starting tight end would be Uzama, and then
Yeah.
I would rotate Cager and Ruckert in there a little bit. You got to get the young guy
Okay.
some experience. Cager,
Okay.
he's a young guy, but he's not a rookie, but he's kind of like a rookie. It's his first year playing tight end.
Right.
And Ruckert just needs those reps, man. Ruckert missed all of OTAs. He missed a lot of training camp. He needs the reps. What a better
Right.
way to learn than on the field in a live game,
Agreed.
right? So I
I mean
figured
now
next week, don't worry, we'll touch on Wilson next week, unless there's some news coming out during the week. God
But
forbid.
Cager's going to play more fullback in special teams too. But he could end up playing tight end. But Rucker is probably going to be a healthy scratch again, maybe, or maybe Cager might be a healthy scratch. All I know is if Davis does sit out, Mims could come right in.
Nope, not happening. Can be Jeff Smith. Guarantee you. I guarantee
Ooh,
you that
I
Sunday.
don't
I
know.
guarantee you that he's inactive.
I don't know. All right, we'll see.
Let's see this recorded right now. This is our hot take. Denzel Mims will be inactive.
Inactive, huh?
Yep.
But
I
how do you think the O
certainly think
line
so.
is going to face up against the Bengals, though?
I
Or
don't really know how
Flacco?
their
What do you
D.
think Flacco's going to do? You think they're going to bring in Mike White? What do
No,
you think?
it's gonna take a lot for them to bring in Mike White because then Robert Sala and the whole coaching staff they're gonna have to eat their words. They've been preaching this whole time that Joe Flacco's the backup.
Hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
would I like to see Mike White 2 years in a row owning the Bengals? Absolutely. Would I rather see Mike White in over Joe Flacco? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just because I think I'm not saying he's a better quarterback, but he's more mobile, and our offensive line is a weakness. I don't know how their D line is. Do you know how their D line is? I bad journalism
Who?
on my part.
Who?
How are the Bengals D line?
They haven't been that great. Last two games
I
they've
think
been
they're just
flat.
average, maybe, right?
They're not that great right now, but they have a good line, but they haven't been great lately.
I think that this is one of those games where the Jets I mean, somehow they're still the underdog by like 5.5 points or something like that. I don't know the number, but they're still the underdog. This would be a good
Right.
game where I think personally, outside of Chase and Burrow and maybe Mixon, I think the
Mm.
Jets are the better team. We need to
I
perform
agree.
like we're the better team. I
I
think the
agree.
Jets going 2-1 in September. Do you know what that does for us, dude?
That's
That's
huge.
incredible. Because I think
That's
most
huge.
people are saying in the first 4 weeks, just go 2-2. You know, hang around that 500 record, and that's really all you need to do all season. Is really hang around that 500 record, beat the teams you're supposed to, maybe lose a couple more games, and then maybe that gets us in that little box on the bottom of your screen in December that says in the hunt.
That's what we want, right?
That's what we need, Gina. That's what we need for some of our sanity.
Some of our sanity, huh?
Yeah, some of us are going a little crazy without these playoff wins. You know, it's been since 2011. It's been a long time.
Yeah,
But
ain't
yeah,
that
man,
the truth?
to be serious though, you know, I think we can do it. I really do.
Me too. Me too.
Joe Burrow, week one against Pittsburgh, you know, he threw for 338 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Week two against Dallas, 199 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. You think any of our corners are getting some big interceptions here? You think we're gonna have Sauce's first INT?
Um,
What are you doing? You fooling around the screen?
I am fooling around screen. Yeah, I think so. No, I think Gardner will get an interception this game. I think Reed is going to be like he was the last two games. I think Burrow is just he's gonna mess up. His own line's not gonna be there.
Hopefully, I think the big thing is too. We need to rattle him early. If we could rattle him early, get a you know maybe 2 sacks in the first quarter, a sack and a couple pressures in the first quarter, I think he'll be a little rattled, and I think that will really show that our defensive line has come to play because we have like the fifth most expensive defensive line in the NFL. It's time that these guys start doing something. You
Agreed.
know, earn your
I
pay,
agree.
earn your pay. That's what I'm saying, man.
Earn your dues to get that bag.
That's right. That's right. All right, so I think we've basically covered anything,
Yes,
everything. Is there
sir.
anything else that you want to cover?
I'm good to go, my man.
All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for our Bengals versus Jets preview video. If anybody's gonna be at the game, let us know. You know, hit us up on social media. Hit me up on Twitter at everything NYJ. Gino handles Facebook and Instagram. You could message him on Snapchat too if you so do so. Thank you guys for watching. Follow us on all social media platforms. Like and subscribe. You guys know the drill. We will talk to you guys. Gino, you doing any more videos this week or
I might do a video
maybe after
tomorrow.
the game?
I don't know yet, but yeah, I might do a video tomorrow. I'm gonna do reels all Sunday. I'm gonna do a post game show as well. I'm gonna be live tweeting. I'm
I'll
gonna
be
go
live tweeting.
insane. I'm gonna go
I'll be live
insane.
tweeting.
It's gonna be awesome.
All
I
right.
can't
So
wait.
yeah, You'll probably hear from me on Monday. You might hear from Gino before that. Maybe you hear from me. You never know. But all right, guys, thank you for watching as always. Go Jets. Let's get a win here, man.